I played this. Wait, I played this game.
My name is Michelle Gray, private investigator at Gray Investigations. The following recording is sponsored by Hunt a Killer.
Chat, we played this game on
a monthly
stream.
mystery kit that helps you solve fictional murder cases. And if you are hearing this recording, it means we are in desperate need of unfolding our most recent unsolved murder. The tragedy of Viola Vane. Her body was discovered in a trunk hidden away in the attic of the Kansas Theater. We believe her body has been there ever since her disappearance in 1934, and we suspect foul play. We have 6 packages that we will ship out monthly to your door featuring forensic reports and evidence regarding individuals.
Oh, this is, okay. Yeah, Hunt a Killer. Okay. I've actually been interested in getting Hunt a Killer, not gonna lie, because it actually looks pretty interesting. Okay.
In June of 2021, 2 individuals, Nathan Gabriel and Chico Games, discovered a cancelled Courage the Cowardly Dog video game for PlayStation 1 in the hard drive sold at a yard sale.
This game was originally found on an old hard drive I bought in a yard sale. I didn't ask too much about it because I needed to look
Yeah,
at
we
damaged
looked up a lot of
electronics
stuff
to run
about
tests.
this game.
Upon checking its contents, I found files of a PS1 game project, and when I opened them, I found this game. Then, me and Sis Cookies, Chico Games, started working on a way to turn this into a playable game, trying our best to use the majority of the files we could, so that it could wind up being a cohesive experience for this vaporware game.
This, of course, sounds like the beginning of some creepypasta you'd be hearing online. And, of course, you'd be right. It's a fan game based on the
actually
cartoon
solving
from the
murders
90s
when
known
you
as
get a
Courage
Hunt
the
a Killer?
Cowardly Dog.
I don't think so.
However, the whole thing is designed as if it was supposed to be a PlayStation 1 game from the 90s that was never released. You can download it yourself on their website, or
Yeah,
watch
we
multiple
played
Let's
this
Plays
on
online
stream.
if you don't feel like completing it yourself. Or you can watch this video, where we talk about what you can find in the game.
I think we found everything in the game. Pretty sure.
We open the game in Courage's home while the theme of the show plays on repeat. There's nothing really to interact with here until you go upstairs.
And then you
The
get the
final
big-
door on the right leads us into a room with nothing but a computer. You can interact with it, which triggers a color change downstairs.
Yeah,
Now
it's
the
red.
room is glowing red.
I remember this.
That is until you interact with the door downstairs, which turns everything back to normal.
Then you go upstairs,
Traveling
and
back
there's a
up to the
big
computer
head.
room, and now we're greeted with a floating head.
Yes.
I feel like it's important to point out, though, that this isn't just a random creature the game developers have thrown in.
This was in the
This
show.
is actually a character that appeared within the show, specifically episode 12 of season 2, titled House of Discontent. It's known as the Spirit of the Harvest Moon, appearing before the characters of the show after not looking after the land properly. If you leave the room once more and travel back downstairs, you can interact with the main door, which teleports you to some kind of maze.
Okay. We did all this, chat. And we did the maze puzzle, where you hit the chairs in order.
There's actually a starting point for the symbol, and if you interact with the chairs in the correct order that the symbol is drawn, like a dot-to-dot game, you unlock another section of the map. Staying close to the walls, you'll start to hear birds chirping. Following that sound will lead you to an invisible wall.
We did this too. I want to see if there's anything new I missed. So I did that. Is there something else? Oh yeah, this happens.
Interacting with the hidden platform
Yeah,
appears to
okay.
have spawned in a memorial picture for Muriel, one of the owners of Courage.
Yeah. Okay. So we did this.
Shortly after, the game crashes.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see this. When was that? I think I have a video up on my YouTube channel about it. Of me playing it. Yep,
Loading it
okay.
back up, the game appears to have saved your progress, and now you're in some kind of black void. But you can see another platform on the other side. It's unfortunately too far to jump, though. If you walk off the platform, you'll fall into the void, and the game will crash again. Users online figured out that if you run the background music through a spectrogram, it reveals a map of this location revealing 2 invisible pathways from where you stand. One directly to your right, and the other to your left.
Yo!
Unfortunately, it's almost impossible to memorize it yourself with how many twists and turns there are. So,
Yo.
internet investigators used a software known as Reshade, which made the map pathways visible, and someone even put together a tutorial that can be found on the 5MG channel.
Did not
on
know about
YouTube.
that.
Each path you take leads to a different ending of the game. Choosing the right path sends you to a bright light that, when interacted, will teleport you to a pitch-black room as Courage begins running forward.
Okay, we didn't see this stuff.
you'll eventually end up at some kind of 2D house. Behind it is a portrait of Robert Wheeler. Messing with it will crash your game, and you'll spawn back in the house. The lights are off.
Monka Giga,
Until
what
you go
the fuck?
upstairs.
Okay. Okay, I knew there was more.
We are then greeted with a missing file screen, which
I know,
we'll
Amy.
talk about the importance of later on. Going back to the two pathways, if you instead chose the left path, you'll end up on the platform we saw on the other side of the room. Nothing is really here other than a chair under a spotlight. Interacting with it will not surprisingly crash your game once more, but booting it up spawns you back at the house. But this time, coins are just surrounding you. Collecting some of them will slow the music down before a second player enters the server. Muriel, who supposedly passed away, has joined the game and is playing with you. But the question is, where is she? If you continue to collect all the coins, Muriel's face will darken before cutting to another missing file screen. There's one more ending that can be found back at the creepy
Monka
maze.
Giga, dude.
After hearing
what
the birds
fuck?
and going through the invisible wall, if you mistakenly fall off the platform, it loads you back at the house. And just like most creepypasta stuff, the music has been replaced with Morse code. When decoding, it translates to "learn the way of the old wind." We don't quite know what this means yet, but it's clearly important since this isn't the first time we've seen that phrase, old wind. Not only is the game called Courage OW, the initials of Old Wind, but if you go into the game files,
Overwatch.
under port files, data, then logs, you'll see the text document that reads, "She followed the rules.
Oh, we did this. By the way, chat, we went into the files and saw this.
He broke the rules." The OW was all the way to the right. Considering there are 2 letters missing for the O and 3 missing for the W, it's heavily implied that these 2 words are Old Wind. Continuing in this section of the game, if you go upstairs and interact with the furthest door, and then go back downstairs, the clock is now in the center of the room, and chimes to 12 before crashing. But if you jump through the banister instead of going down the stairs, the clock doesn't chime, and you can interact with the door at the very end before getting another data missing file. So, I guess it's time to talk about the importance of these particular missing screens. Why is this significant? Well, if you brighten the 3 data missing screens, you'll find a hidden message on each one. Father wasn't home. Mr. Wheeler was there to greet me. It was her, Eleanor. We are yet to figure out the meaning behind these stuff, and not much else can be found in these games. But it seems as though we will be getting some updates soon.
Look at what the dog dragged in. I talked to the guy who sold me the hard drive with the Courage game files, and it turns out he had another hard drive from that lot. And you'll be happy to know that there's more Courage content in it, and we'll be releasing another updated port.
The creators are working on more content for this game, but when that will be released is anyone's guess. This will probably take some time before anything new is dropped, so if you're interested, I'll update you guys in my community tab when they release something.
Okay, that's to be fair, I know it's just the dude making a game and spinning a story about like he found a random hard drive, blah blah blah. But it's still pretty fucking cool. I didn't know about a couple of those things, especially the extra house and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.